Man finds old friend in hospital, learns a heartbreaking truth. It was a rainy November afternoon when Daniel Price, a 38-year-old accountant, rushed through the hospital's automatic doors, the cold wind still clinging to his coat. He hadn't planned to come here. A casual glance at his phone earlier that day had changed everything. A social media post, unidentified homeless man hospitalized after collapse downtown. Seeking next of kin. The grainy photo attached stopped Daniel in his tracks. The man in the image, thin and weathered, with tired blue eyes and graying hair, was unmistakably James, his childhood best friend, the boy he'd grown up with but hadn't seen in over 15 years. Daniel and James had been inseparable once, building forts, skipping rocks by the river, whispering dreams about the future late into the night. But after high school, life had pulled them apart. Daniel went to college, James stayed behind, taking care of his sick mother, eventually fading from Daniel's world altogether. When Daniel heard nothing from James over the years, he assumed his friend had built his own life somewhere, maybe married, maybe working. He never imagined James would end up here. Daniel approached the nurse's station, heart pounding. I think I know that man you found," he stammered, showing the photo on his phone. The nurse's eyes softened. "He's in room 213. He's been asking for someone named Danny." Inside the small hospital room, James lay hooked to an 4, his face pale but unmistakable. His eyes fluttered open, and when they met Daniel's, a faint, exhausted smile curved his lips. "Danny, you came?" James whispered, voice raw. Daniel pulled a chair close, overwhelmed by a flood of guilt and memories. "How did this happen, James? I thought you were okay. I thought you were happy." Tears welled up in James' eyes. "I was happy for a while. But after Mom died, everything fell apart. I tried to keep the house, the job, but debt piled up. I reached out to you once, years ago, but I guess the message never reached you." Daniel's heart clenched. He had changed numbers, moved cities. He never knew. And then James delivered the twist Daniel never expected. "I didn't just want to see you because I was sick. I've been looking for you for a long time, because I wanted to tell you you're the only family I have left." Daniel's eyes filled with tears as he clasped James' frail hand. The rain outside streaked the window, reflecting the sadness and beauty of the moment. Machines beeped softly in the background. The room smelled faintly of antiseptic and flowers left by a kind stranger. Daniel realized, with a crushing weight, how easily people could fall through life's cracks, how friendships could drift, and how some hearts waited years for one last connection. In the following days, Daniel stayed by James' side. He made arrangements, called doctors, and even contacted social workers to help. But the days were limited. On a quiet Sunday morning, just as dawn broke through the window, James passed away peacefully, his hands still in Daniel's. Daniel organized a small funeral, attended by hospital staff and a few kind townspeople who had crossed paths with James. As he stood by the grave, Daniel vowed never again to let old ties wither unnoticed. James' heartbreaking truth became a lesson not just for Daniel, but for everyone watching this story. Behind every lonely figure is a history, a love once shared, a friendship once cherished. And sometimes the greatest gift we can give is simply showing up before it's too late. A slow cinematic shot of Daniel standing by the grave, the wind ruffling his coat, a single flower in his hand. Rain clouds part slightly, casting a faint beam of sunlight across the cemetery. In his pocket, Daniel keeps an old photo, 2 boys, arms around each other, smiling without a care. And as the camera fades, the words linger on the screen. Reach out. Before it's too late.